Hi everyone. I ordered a washing machine which is underneath this blanket, and this was meant to be for the Christmas special. However, in a few minutes you're going to see why I can't reveal this as a Christmas special and instead am revealing it as the start of a separate video, which I might edit onto the start of the Christmas special, I don't know yet. Anyway, so without further ado, underneath this blanket is a Hotpoint WT761 in graphite. Now, it's a lovely machine, don't get me wrong. I got this for £100 and £10 delivery as well. It was in my local town, only about 5 miles away, and it looks in very, very good condition, especially, let me just show you the detergent drawer. Now, inside the dispenser is another story. However, I'm amazed at how clean this is. Come on, that's really good for a machine of this age. And programs are still relatively readable, aren't they? Much more readable in real life than on camera, that's for certain. Now, I've not used this yet, and there's a blooming good reason why I haven't, and I'll show you in just a second. Right. Examining the top, there's a few scratches on the display. Program knob turns fine. It's a bit funny at times, but overall it turns fine. You can select programs fine. The buttons are all loose. They all work. Every single one of them. I haven't touched the on button yet because I'm not turning it on yet. It's got the kick plate. It's got the back panel for the motor. It's got the pipe. It even came with the inlet pipe, but I haven't put that on for two reasons. One being that I never took the indesit pipe off because it was a nightmare to get the Y splitter on for the indesit and the LG to be plumbed in together. So I didn't take that off. The pipe's currently in the sink with the water off because I was going to plumb this machine in. I have not got this plumbed in at all. I haven't plumbed it in. I've got it today, Christmas Eve, and yeah, I noticed something was majorly wrong with it before I even had a chance to do any washing at all. In fact, you may already be able to see it, depending on how good your eyes are and whether you're looking in the right place. So, if we look inside the drum, the door sill is in surprisingly good condition for its age, and considering, no offence here, it came from an older person, and I don't want to, in the nicest way possible, it seems to be older people generally sometimes sell more dirty machines in the nicest way possible. So there's no mould whatsoever on that door sill, which is amazing. Probably the first second-hand machine of this age that I've ever seen that has zero mould on the door sill at all. However, the door sill is quite yellowed with whatever that is, but to be fair, kind of expected for its age. The underneath is the same story. It hasn't been. It's not clean, don't get me wrong, it's not clean in any way. The drum itself has got some things inside, but it's obviously not had maintenance washes, or enough maintenance washes by any means. That door keeps closing itself. These doors don't have anything to stop them from closing themselves. That's one of the problems with them. But yeah, also, no heat shield, because it's not a washer dryer, so it doesn't have a heat shield, which is unusual because, as you know, I had a Hotpoint WT420G, which is very, very similar to this, except this is not a washer dryer, and my Hotpoint did not have the display, and it had two knobs instead, two smaller knobs. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Now, on to the actual problem. We look inside the drum, Listen to this. Now, there's two issues here. One, there's an audible bearing rumble as you turn the drum. And the other thing, the other very audible noise, is the rim of the drum is actually rubbing against the door sill. Now, this is not a fixable issue, sadly, and the reason being, the drum is severely warped, which I will show you when I put it onto a drain and spin in a second. I have reason to believe the drum spider is broken. Obviously, I can't move the drum itself. Like, the top does not move in any direction. Like, there's no play in it. It's just extremely warped. To the point where sometimes the motor even struggles to turn it itself. It's a three-phase induction motor, a Cezette, I believe, three-phase induction motor on this one, unusually. Although the three-phase induction motor I had, the three-phase induction hot point I had rather, was not of this range, it was of the one above it, with the round doors. It was the first round door range, I believe. Let's turn it on. So, all of the LEDs work, and I've noticed that they still have the washer-dryer LEDs, even on the washing machine only, which is interesting. We have drain and spin. I may as well show you all the programs while I'm here. So, drain and spin, obviously 2 minutes, no spin, and no temperature. Now, program 1 is a pre-wash, 25 minutes. Much of these programs are the same as on my hot point. Program 2, white cotton 95, 2.5 hours, roughly the same as on my hot point. Now here's where it gets different. Superwash 60, the same again, 2 hours. That's half an hour shorter than on my hot point. And we're ignoring drying completely here because obviously this doesn't have a dryer. So, but if I can't do washing hearts on this program in particular, but if I move to program 4, which is Colour Fast Cotton 60, this is an hour and a half. If I put washing hearts on, that takes it up to 2 hours. The same time as standard Colour Fast Cotton 60 was on my old hot point, WD420G. 1 hour 30 is half an hour shorter than that, obviously, than it was on my old hot point. Fast Wash 60. Now the interesting thing about this is it allows 1200, which is the maximum spin for the cycle, unlike on my hot point, which was only 800. However, we are comparing a 1600 spin machine with a 1200 spin machine that I had. Number 6 is non-colour fast cotton, and that is 40 degrees. Yes, 40 degrees. And a spin of 1600, which is an hour and a half. Washing hearts, 1 hour 50. 7 acrylics, I think, on hour 10. Number 8 is cool wash. That's basically just the equivalent of a modern day 30 degree wash. Program 9 is wool, I believe, which oddly enough allows 1000 spin. It's the fastest spin speed I've seen on wool. Program 10 is silk, and that allows 800. 11 is fast wash 30. That's limited to 1030 degrees. And program 12 is a hand wash. Rinse and spin, which oddly enough can only do 800 spin. I've got fast spin, which for some reason takes 20 minutes, and slow spin, which takes 13. So, that's the important part out of the way. I've shown you that the drum is warped severely. What I will show you is I'll actually zoom in on the... I'm just going to put it on a slow spin with 800 RPM. See what I mean? Yeah, enough of that. Well, the problem that we're facing here is that I can't do anything about the door sill being permanently in contact with the drum rim because of how badly the machine is warped. Now, I can theoretically just get a replacement drum for this and the machine will be all well and good because everything else is functional as far as I'm aware. I haven't been able to test the heating yet because I've not had it plumbed in. However, if the person who sold it decides they don't want to answer any messages, obviously we're going to have to keep it, aren't we? So I'll probably run a maintenance wash in it, obviously with no spin, just to give it a nice clean up, a white cotton 95. But at the moment there's nothing I can really do with it, so that's why I'm not going to unveil this, release this as a Christmas special. Because the machine is basically unusable. If I left that, and I have left it before to try and get it to spin to see if it will actually spin properly, it won't go into spin. It will just keep balancing and balancing because where the drum is catching on the door sill and obviously slowing down when it's hitting the door sill because of the friction, the machine thinks it's unbalanced and keeps rebalancing. So I can't get it to spin. It's no different if I put a load in it because the same thing happens. So can't win in that situation. So yeah, amazing machine, but sadly unusable because of the drum being broken at some point. It may be coming apart. It may be a support spider's broken on one of the arms, as in broken so badly that it snapped. The funny thing is, the man who delivered it to me and who was selling it said he'd washed a load of clothes in it this morning and it had gone through fine. Now, that doesn't look fine to me. It doesn't look in working order to me for a start. And yeah, no, that's definitely not fully working. And it's such a shame because I was really looking forward to this because obviously, as you know, the Hotpoint WD420G was basically my childhood machine, and obviously this is almost the same. In fact, this is probably have very similar programming, except it spins at 1600 and it's an Ultima instead of an Aquarius, and also it's not a washer dryer, but it's got a few upgrades like 1200 to 1600, massive difference. 1600 spin this has got a 3-phase induction motor, so it's even better than the old Hot one that I had, and it's got a display, which is nice, and variable spin, which the washer dryer didn't have. So yeah, all of those are nice, and it's got much more temperature options than my old washer dryer. Like you can do 25 degrees on this, which you couldn't do on my one. It was 30 minimum, but you can do 25, you can do 30, you can do 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 95. So yeah, more variation. And you could, the thing I love about this is the spin speed variation is 1600, 1500, 1400, 1200, 1800, 400, 600 obviously, and 0. There's got so much variation. There's so many good things I can say about this, but as I say, unfortunately, it's not usable. I've not done a single wash in it. I've not even had water gone into the machine, but I know it tries to take water in because I've put it on a rinse and spin to listen out for the valves. They do switch on, so it does work. It's just I've got a broken drum, so what can I do? Obviously, I've still got my LG there. The indeset's in storage, so I haven't got rid of the indeset, don't panic, it's still here. But we have contacted the seller about this, well I have, and hopefully he can take it away and I can get a refund, but I'm not very hopeful at the moment, and there's a few reasons behind that. But if for any reason it doesn't get taken away, I'm going to leave it in storage until basically I'm able to get a new tub for it and put it in. I've checked the indeset's tub because I was thinking, well, maybe the indeset's tub, because they're both 7 kilograms, can be swapped. But obviously there's two problems with that. One, that the indeset's tub is much smaller in depth, as you can see. This is proper 7 kilograms. My indeset's is more like 5. And also the top concrete weight is laid out so differently on the two drums that it'll be impossible to switch them over unless I switch to concrete weights as well. But then there lies another problem, being that everything else is laid out in different positions. For example, where the water comes in on the pipe here, leading from the dispenser drawer down to the drum, whatever that pipe's called, is in a different spot on both the tubs, which isn't very helpful. And the drain pump is down here beneath the drum, and beneath the heater rather, on these machines, whereas on the indeset it's down here in the corner. So again, things like that are what mean it's impossible to switch the indeset's tub into this machine. Because that was my first thought. My first train of thought was, well, if I can get the indeset's drum in here as a temporary measure, at least I have a machine that is functional, and that reminds me of my old Hotpoint WD-420. But sadly that's not possible, so yeah, either the man takes it away and refunds me, or we keep it and work out what we're going to do with it, basically. Anyway, that's a quick update video. This will be released likely off schedule as soon as I'm done with editing it, because I had to cut out a bit where I dropped the camera. So see if you can find the cut. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get the Christmas special out to you soon. Apologies that it's going to be late. I was planning to do this as the Christmas special tomorrow on Christmas Day, but as you are probably aware, that hasn't happened. So yeah, I'm very disappointed, but I'm not going to let it, destroy my hopes of doing a Christmas special. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to look for another machine that I can get soon that can be delivered here. Hopefully another one like this, but can't promise anything at the moment. I might see if the man will swap, because he's got another machine for sale, another 1600 machine. Not another Hotpoint, but not going to reveal what it is in case I end up getting that. But if I'm able to switch it for that, then I certainly will. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be the Christmas special, but otherwise it'll be a video of the indeset. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.